I always try to give a perspective on why I hate a season. I never hate one 100%. There's always something good in a bad season, whether it's a character, a story arc, or a single episode. Rarely do I ever say, this is so bad, I don't want to see this again. I still watch Turbo, Overdrive, Megaforce, etc. every now and again. Bad seasons do have one purpose. We have a general blueprint for what fails. Anyone can look back, figure out why the season was bad, take the elements that do work, then chop out the tumor from the patient. I'd like to thank Vinyl Parallel in suggesting this episode's topic, and if you have a subject you'd like me to cover, leave a comment down below.
Unexpected arrival.
Antonio's debut episode. This Six Ranger introduction was your average one. Six Rangers always start off cocky, more powerful than the main team, cool new gadgets. What's the different dynamic? Jaden knows him. I'm glad they didn't fully copy get this element from Shinkenger, and in the beginning, I didn't mind the whole Spanish words. It's supposed to be corny and stupid, that's PR shtick. The thing's bad in the episode was the famous "he's sparkly" line that forever will get groans. It's just your simple episode that works. The mystery thing, I didn't care for, but it wasn't a negative. We always have to have a dramatic bit.
Fight fire with fire.
A lot of people don't like hearing Lauren was the best thing that came out of Samurai over and over again. I'm not saying she's perfect. No, the way she was used still had issues, but her character is what I wanted from all of them. The problem affected all 6 of them, Jaden lying, confusing everyone how they should feel, Lauren being center of attention, she doesn't even remember how to interact with people, that's how much she was disconnected. That's a subtle detail. Those small bits are what make me want to watch Lauren than say Brody. There was no problem with him being a slave for 10 years. She's a more rounded character than him.
Breakout.
Sir Ivan saves the day. Just like Coda, I thought this character was going to be a problem. He's from several hundred years in the past. Is the way he speaks going to be annoying? Are they going to do the whole dumb in modern situations? Ironically, both Coda and Ivan had the best personalities. The whole episode was filled with repercussions. They impersonated a royal family. Guess what happens? They get caught, so Philip takes the Energem back. A serious problem now. He's endangered, they're gonna go after the gem. It could have been handled better, I don't know, morph and go directly to the royal family and explain everything, but this is not the best part. Tyler, for half the season, was looking for his father. He was so sure that the guy trapped in Fury was him, and then it blows up in his face, ending up being Ivan. That was perfect. Subvert the obvious. Don't play up the whole secret nonsense, and it ends up being the right answer anyway. Basically, if you want to see Rangers mess up and get egg on their face, this is your episode.
The perfect storm.
We finally have our Tensu episode. This is great. It uses everyone. There's nothing to get annoyed about. The story is plausible. The plot is very similar to Short Circuit. We get to see the city, you know, something new. They're not at the stupid school. It's a proper break episode. You need that every now and again. The only things that could have improved was it could have been about the backstory of Gosei. Explain a few of the unanswered questions. It should have also happened in Megaforce, nearly 30 episodes into the season, and this is where we get this follow Tensu? No, this should have been done in episode 8 or 10.
Human condition.
I'm always going back to Six Rangers. I don't know. This type of episode has been done to death. We've had alien characters go on Earth and not understand people. But the writers figured out a way to make a new one. I mean, Robo Knight walks into a library and he simply starts looking up information. Then you have him dancing to music. The music guy is funny. It worked. This was the type of lighthearted comedy that's valid. It stayed grounded. Robo Knight wanted information. He didn't want to bother the Rangers. They are protecting the planet. He also saw they couldn't explain the topic that good, and it was a good way to work around the Ghost Sager footage.
Spirit of the Tiger.
I never expected Super Megaforce to do a ton of episodes involving past Rangers. I had no problem with them sticking to a limited few. The real issue was the total lack of purpose these people had for the episode. Except this one. Everyone always brings this episode up. Why do I like it so much? It respects both seasons. Doing anniversary episodes is a complicated matter. Once you get an actor back, the easiest thing is to focus on the guest. It should just work, right? That's what fans really want, right? But you can't throw away the current season. I don't care how bad or good the season is. It's great to see anyone back, but it still has to mean something. Jaden and G coming back was basically worthless. It was Noah and Jake going nuts over a bike, then Jaden giving the generic motivation speech. Here's a samurai disc, go do whatever. That's a cheap and lazy direction. When Emma and Jake saw Casey, It was a continuation of Jungle Fury. It had the right feeling of Jungle Fury. Casey resumed where the season ended. He learned a lot from RJ, so you can see he incorporated how he taught people. Casey is better now. Remember, I didn't like him at all in Jungle Fury until he stopped being whiny. Emma and Jake learned something. They earned unlocking the Jungle Fury's power. That's all they really had to do. I want to invest my time with the characters. I don't want to just see them.
Nightmare at Amber Beach.
This is obviously a big movie reference. It was also a good family episode. We see where Shelby gets her odd nature from and some backstory. Her father wants her to work at his store. It makes sense. He sees her working in a crummy museum as a waitress compared to running an ice cream store. There's some valid criticism. At the same time, he doesn't understand his daughter. The dynamic is very similar to Wes and his father. Wes wanted to experience real life, not be sugar-coated with money or run a company. Shelby loves dinosaurs. Makes perfect sense to work there. It's not like she wants to be a waitress forever. She has to prove herself and then move up. That's just the A story. The B story is the Rangers fighting to stay awake while a monster invades dreams. That's always a creepy ability. Once they did that in MMPR, Everyone Dreaming in the Cabin, or the comic book Dream episode in Dino Thunder, these monsters always get to me.
Past, present, and future.
By far the best Ninja Steel episode from season 1. You expect to hate or not care about the special. They're cheesy holiday things. Who cares what happens in them? The story was much better than everything else because it had a plot that made sense all the way through, and it was time travel that didn't break rules or things just happened for whatever. It's also the only episode that dealt with them having no powers. The fluff episode instead of the Super Ninja Steel premiere, it used Sarah's resourcefulness, it covered the PR weirdness quota by having Santa Claus, and the best thing, it used the clip show in a very good way. Most of the clip shows in this era suck. They have no real purpose. Nothing's fun about them. These worked into the episode. I want more clip shows like this one.
Rise of a Ranger.
I always wanted this story done on PR. We know the powers are given to good heroic people, either by someone higher up or the object itself. What happens if someone's faking that? Good intentions or not, Philip was doing good deeds and he's not a bad person, but the Energems knew he wanted the power solely to improve his position. He was thinking about himself, his company. Picture the Energem like those baby ads in political commercials. They kiss them to show they're upstanding, nice people. They're doing it to just gain sympathy points most of the time. It was a good journey for one of the extra Rangers. That's why I like Philip more than Kendall. He got a good focus episode. We learn a lesson while it's not spoon-fed to the audience.
Return of the Caveman.
This will always be my number one from these 8 years. Right off the bat, bam, a good story. We were so used to other seasons being really dumb, boring, or whatever you want to call it. We see some consequences. The episode endears you towards Coda. I'm admitting, I really doubted the whole caveman idea. It could have easily got super annoying and old quick. But they used Coda's limitations and different mindset to come up with a really good idea, minus the whole GPS cell phone part. We have a kid actor that's good, just that alone gives the episode points. Chase feels bad it was his fault. Coda doesn't think that way. The real problem was the monster. The two guys were just doing normal things, non-Ranger stuff, and sadly a kid got involved. To me, this is character development perfect for early episodes. Every Neo Saban season had potential. Dino Charge Season 1 did reach it. If the writers threw all these episodes into a blender, this is all it would take to get more good seasons out there. Drive episodes with story, drive episodes with action, even drive episodes with toy sales. But above everything, is the story worth telling? Does it push the main story, the villain story, or the hero story forward? What are your thoughts on my picks? Everyone has their favorite episodes. Are they similar to mine or are they different? Next week I'll discuss my 10 favorite story arcs.